20 years ago, before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, another comic book movie took the world by storm, impressing both fans, cinephiles, and critics alike. Sin City was unlike anything else at the time, and to a 15-year-old aspiring cinephile in high school, it was quite the experience seeing it in the theaters. So now, in honor of its 20th anniversary, it's time to prove to your friends that you're still worth a damn. Sometimes that means dying. Sometimes it means making a YouTube video. I feel like one of those choices is much better than the others.
Number 1. Director Robert Rodriguez has always considered the movie to be more of a translation than an adaptation. He used the graphic novels themselves as storyboards, and there was no credit listed for screenwriting, just the based on the graphic novels by Frank Miller. Number 2. Frank Miller's Sin City comic book series ran from 1991 to 2000, with The Customer's Always Right, The Hard Goodbye, The Big Fat Kill, and That Yellow Bastard being adapted for the film. Number 3. The stories in the film are set in the fictional Basin City, called Sin City for short, in an unnamed state in the western United States. All we know about it is that it's a location where the climate is hot and dry. Number 4. The film was shot entirely at Robert Rodriguez's own studio, located across the street from his house in Texas, with all of the actors performing their scenes in front of green screens. Several of them never actually met, despite having scenes together, including Mickey Rourke and Elijah Wood. And despite appearing in all 3 stories, the late Brittany Murphy shot all of her scenes in just a single day. Number 5. This even resulted in Mickey Rourke and Jamie King shooting the scene at Nancy's apartment before Jessica Alba was even cast. Number 6. Several actors who were almost cast in pivotal roles included Johnny Depp as Jackie Boy, Leonardo DiCaprio as Rourke Jr., Michael Douglas as Hartigan, Willem Dafoe as Senator Rourke, and Jessica Simpson as Nancy Callahan. Number 7. Benicio del Toro was cast in the role of Jackie Boy after Robert Rodriguez ran into him at the Oscars in 2004. He asked del Toro not to cut his long hair and immediately mailed him a copy of the graphic novel. Number 8. After having scored Kill Bill Volume 2 for just $1, Quentin Tarantino agreed to come on as a special guest director and direct a single scene, also for just $1. He wound up directing the scene in the car where Dwight hallucinates Jackie's corpse talking to him. Number 9. In order to prepare for the role of Nancy Callahan, Jessica Alba visited several strip clubs for research. She said, however, that it didn't prove very useful or knowledgeable since most of the dancers there were just trying to get tips. Number 10. Robert Rodriguez shot the opening scene based on The Customer's Always Right before making the rest of the movie. At the time, Frank Miller hadn't fully agreed to let them do the adaptation, and this little short film served as a proof of concept of what the movie could ultimately be. Number 11. Miho's swords are 2 of the same ones used for the Crazy 88 in Kill Bill Volume 1, since apparently Quentin Tarantino still had many of them in his garage. Number 12. While the entire movie was shot using green screens, there were still 4 practical sets built, including Katie's bar, Hartigan's prison cell, Shelley's apartment, and the hospital wing for the epilogue. Number 13. Speaking of that final scene, it's the only one in the movie not based on any graphic novel and written originally for the movie. Number 14. It was Benicio del Toro's own idea for Jackie to use his teeth to pry the fingers of his severed hand off the gun. Number 15. Before landing his iconic role of Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec, Nick Offerman appeared in a small role in Sin City as Bert Schlub, one of Rourke's henchmen. Number 16. Sin City creator Frank Miller also has a small role in the film as the priest that Marv kills in the confession booth. Number 17. Ahead of the film's release, Robert Rodriguez wanted to give Frank Miller a directing credit, since the aforementioned storyboards were taken directly from his graphic novels. However, the Directors Guild of America refused, causing Rodriguez to resign from the DGA entirely. Number 18. Sin City opened number 1 at the box office in April 2005 and wound up grossing over $150 million on a budget of $40 million. Number 19. At the Saturn Awards the following year, Sin City won Best Action Adventure Thriller Film and Best Supporting Actor for Mickey Rourke. It was also nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Jessica Alba and Best Makeup. And finally, number 20. Following the film's financial and critical success, Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller started working on a sequel/prequel almost immediately. However, due to numerous delays, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For finally released 9 years later in 2014. Unfortunately, it flopped and wasn't as well received by either fans or critics, with many feeling that by the time it came out, interest had fizzled out.
Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, which of these did you already know and which one surprised you? Remember to like, share, subscribe, unless you want to walk down the right back alley of Sin City. And remember, every day is Halloween.